I'm here with my buddy Philip Williams, and I'd like to encourage you to watch the Phil Williams Show, and you can go to patriotinsights.com.
All right. Appreciate you.
Oh, yeah.
It is that time for my response to a tweet. And today's tweet, it says, Ted Cruz will lie about anything to win the presidency. Donald Trump does not need it like lying Ted does. Why people cannot see that is what ticks Donald Trump off. Ted Cruz will lie about anything to win the presidency. Donald Trump does not need it like lying Ted. People not seeing that is what ticks Donald off. Wow. Interesting. So Donald Trump is frustrated, gets ticked off because people don't see that Ted Cruz is a liar. Interesting. He didn't see the logic in the people in Iowa supporting Ben Carson, so that ticked him off to the point to where he calls the American people stupid, and Ben Carson has to go and turn into a pedophile. So since people don't see Donald Trump's logic, this is the excuse why he gets pissed off and then he assassinates people. And you want to be the president of the United States where American citizens can have dissent and not see the brilliance in your logic. And you're not supposed to get ticked off at us and sick the IRS and the EPA and every other government. Okay. Anyway. Here's my response to your tweet. Funny, I kind of see your point. I see your logic behind your tweet. And I can utterly disagree with it. But I'm going to humor you for a second. Donald Trump doesn't need the presidency. He does need the nomination, though. Because that's what he gets out of the deal. He needs people to like him. This is what narcissists and, and abused children, they seek sometimes is love. They got to be loved, even though they're not lovable. But Donald Trump doesn't need the presidency. That's not why Donald's here. Hillary needs the presidency. And here is something that you will not hear from the Fox News sycophants over there. And your so-called brilliant two-time election loser, election loser and election quitter, Herman Cain, and thrill up the leg getting chubby checker Sean Hannity. This is what you won't get from them. And here it is. This is why Donald Trump gets ticked off. You guys ready? Here it is. You heard it here from the Phil Williams and the Phil Williams Show. You ever imagine yourself a little kid and you have this big surprise that you're trying to do, a surprise party or surprise your parents or something. And you know the secret, you got the surprise and you're trying to get up to the point to where you can give them the surprise, right? And then on the way, your brothers and sisters, because you had to let them know so that you can do the surprise because you need their help. And so there's only a couple people that know this surprise, right? What happens when you're sitting at the dinner table and your little brother says something that's a piece of the surprise? What happens? How do you feel? You panic. You think he's about to spill the beans. And then you kind of look at him and you wink and you be like, hey, psh, shh, cut it, stop it, hey. And then they keep talking. What's the next emotion that you feel? You get ticked off. You get upset. Why did you get upset? Because you didn't want them to ruin your surprise. caught your attention, and then you go, phew. But you already got ticked off. You probably said some choice words to them. You probably, after they left the dinner table or mom or dad wasn't looking, you probably punched them in the face and everything like this, and you probably hit them on the leg when they were right there next to you at the table. Shut up. You're going to ruin the surprise. The next day comes, and then another little piece of information comes out, and then you kind of make you do your wink and stuff and go like, hey, shut it up, cut it off. And then if they don't, and they're coming close to ruining your surprise, what emotion happens again? You get frustrated, and you get angry, and you start lashing out. You wait till nobody's looking, and you punch them in the leg, you punch them in the face. Why? Because you don't want to ruin your surprise. People, this is what's happening with Donald Trump. Donald Trump has a big surprise. The surprise is Hillary Clinton gets the nomination. I mean, not the nomination, but Hillary Clinton wins the presidency. Donald Trump needs to get the nomination. And all this information about his wife coming out and being out there in the open, whatever he wants to call somebody a liar. So let's take Ted Cruz. He calls him a liar. It's not that he's lying. It's just that what Ted Cruz is saying and what's coming out is exposing Donald Trump's surprise before he can do it. And he's getting upset. He's going, hold on a second, make America great again, make it great again. And then that's not working. That's almost like the wink. Hey, make America great again. Hey, remember me? Hey, make America great again. Remember me? That's not working anymore. People are tired of hearing that. And it's not stopping the people from ruining Donald Trump's surprise. That's what he sees. Guess what the surprise is? He needed everybody to not know he was a racist. He needed everybody to not know he was a bigot. He needed everybody to not know that he's a misogynist. He needed everybody to not know all the things that we are learning about Donald Trump. And make America great again is not the wink and nod that's working anymore. Sean Hannity and all of these little leg humpers of Donald Trump over at Fox News can't get you to believe he's a conservative. None of the stuff is working anymore. It's wearing off. The hypnotizing of the American people is not working. You thought you would be mesmerized by his polls. You thought you'd be mesmerized by his crowds. You thought you'd be mesmerized about his money. But guess what? He won't show you and tell you that his polls reflect the stupidity of the Republican Party opening up our primaries. Those 2 million votes more than he has, those are Democrats. He's going to go back Democrat. The history that he's making, nobody's led this long for this long. Why? Because of the stupidity of the Republican Party, not the awesomeness of Donald Trump. And what pisses Donald Trump off to high heaven is that you're ruining his surprise. He's trying to get everybody to shut up. He's trying to deflect and distract. He was hoping that you guys would have stayed on Barack Obama down in Cuba watching baseball games when everybody's mourning in Brussels. But you didn't. Somebody showed you a picture of the potentially future First Lady with her tassels on, and now he's having a spaz attack. Why? Because you're ruining it. The liberal media was supposed to say, surprise, look, Donald Trump's a racist. The liberal media was supposed to let all this stuff out after Donald Trump got the nomination so that Hillary Clinton wins the presidency. And what's pissing Donald Trump off and all of his so-called supporters is that we are ruining the surprise. We are ruining their plans. The more we know about Donald, the more and more it messes up Hillary being the president of the United States. So Donald Trump is lashing out. He's a kid flopping around on his back, a petulant child, saying, stop telling my surprise. Oh my God, I can't believe you guys are... Lying Ted, lying Ted. He's lying. No, he's not, Donald. Man, we got proof. No, he's lying, and his wife is ugly. The liberal media was supposed to tell you about my wife's porn star career. The liberal media was supposed to tell you about my taxes. Because I can't believe you guys. Duty faces. That's what's happening with Donald Trump, people. And Mr. Ted Cruz is ruining this guy's plan. Surprise! Donald Trump's a punk. He's a sissy. He's a wimp. And he's probably broke, busted, disgusted, and definitely can't be trusted. Hey, I'm Phil Williams. That's my response to a tweet on The Phil Williams Show.